All right, so today we are in my washroom. We got a problem with, if you listen, we'll start it. It has nothing in it right now, nothing. It sounds like I'm drying a bunch of shoes, right? So that's how it sounds like I'm drying a bunch of shoes. So on the outside of the drum of the dryer, there's some wheels or whatever. I think those have some flat spots. So we're gonna change those out too, hopefully. So come along with me on our journey to fix this stuff that I have never fixed before by ourselves. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do, we get back, look at all the stuff you find behind your dryer. It's kind of gross when it gets back there. I'm gonna take off the vent for the hot air. So that's where it goes in and goes out my house. And then there's another little connector that goes here. But for me, it's just a little clamp. You can just unscrew it with a screwdriver or whatever. I'm just got my DeWalt out. So I move a little faster, loosen it up, pull it off. So I'm just pulling these off now. You probably don't have to, but mostly just to keep them out of the way so I don't bump them, break them. They're really flimsy, and you know, if I dent it and put a hole in it, then I gotta go to Home Depot and buy a whole new one. And I don't want to do that. So we'd rather just clean this one off and use it again. Okay, for me, one of the hardest parts right now, and I know I'm saying it's the hardest part now because I haven't even gotten into it yet. See, I just moved it away. We did clean it up back there. That way, when I get back there, I'm not tracking all the crap all through my house. And it goes without saying, unplug your dryer when you're doing this. Always unplug whatever you're doing. But it's not a total loss. You know, one of the hard things about doing yourself is you don't get paid for the job. But the dryer, I got lucky. 88 cents came back to me on this. Making money. Again, as I always say, this will take some time. You've never done it before. You're not doing it in 30 minutes like a professional. But how long would it take, you know, how many hundreds of dollars a professional going to charge you, and how long would it take you to make that couple $100? Okay, so we're going to remove the top, or we're going to remove the front of the dryer here. So first thing is there's some, we want to unplug it. We already did that. You want to remove the lint catcher. You don't have to do, you know, of course we took off the whole back of it earlier, but you don't need to do that. You just remove the lint roller or lint catcher. Then you get a putty knife. I've got a metal one that's a little thinner. I couldn't find it, so I'm going to use this. You stick it in, there's some little like spring clips, and you can kind of feel them back in there. I hope this one's good enough. I won't break it though. Maybe I'll have to go find my good putty knife. We'll see. Like with my putty knife, couldn't find it. Found this T-bevel that I have. So just kind of slide it in here and pry. See, it pops up like that. It's just fun, and that's all it is, a little spring clip. And then there's one over here. Do the same thing. Get that one. Oh, maybe I didn't get it. Oh, okay. Get it one more time. Of course, always easier with two hands. Let's see here. What's going on? I'll put you down so I can figure this out. Probably a little bit more, but we popped it. And then this whole thing just kind of rotates back. Put up against the window there. Okay, so just to get an eye on these clips. The top of the, you can see it kind of goes in that little notch there. And the whole thing kind of fits down through here. So you gotta get something, we'll get this, and it pushes that back in. You can see. And it pushes that back in to release it. Wasn't much. It's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Okay, the next is gotta take this off. Of course, I'm not gonna be able to do it with one hand. I'm gonna see if I can. Nope, can't hold it with my chin. We'll see. Okay, so now we've got this clip here that I showed you earlier. We just gotta pull that apart and do the wiring harness there. Of course, it's gonna give me a hard time. Per usual, these never want to come as easy as they show you in all the other do-it-yourself videos. They're always just like pop, it comes right off, but it's never that way. It's always a little bit of pain in the butt. So let's get a screwdriver. See if we can kind of pry it a bit. Again, though, this is wiring. You don't want to really, you want to be careful you don't damage it. Otherwise, you're going to buy a new wiring harness. And then it's like, you might as well just have paid something to do it. Okay, so got this done. Need 2 hands. Wasn't too bad. If you can see here, see a little, it's got a little bump there, right here. That goes into this little slot to hold it all together. So I just, because these were together, like such and such, I just put my screwdriver in a little bit and kind of twisted it to kind of lift it up a little bit and lift it off of that little latch and then pulled out. I used some needle nose, grabbed them right here to kind of pull, and it came off pretty easy once I did that. Okay, so now we got in here, we got 2 more bolts right here and right here. These, of course, are not 1/4 inch like all the other ones. These are, let me look, my bad eyes, 5/16. 5/16. So we're just gonna undo them real quick. Lefty loosey cut, ready tighty. A little bit longer. So remember when I talked earlier about knowing which sizes go back into the right holes? This is one of them. So we're going to go in that same bucket of 1/4 inch bolts that I had earlier. You got to remember where these ones go here. All right, I'm going to put you down so I can undo these 2 and we'll pull the front off. We just undid those 2. Wiring harness is done. And now, of course, this is kind of, it's got to lift up. And now I wonder if I got 2 bolts at the bottom I got to do. We'll look at that real quick. All right, so we got those screws out. Let's put one back in to hold this for a second, so undo that. Okay, and you're gonna feel the drum kind of push forward because this kind of holds the whole thing together. Can't really see me. This kind of holds the whole thing together, so you can feel the drum kind of push on it. When you, but it should just lift up, of course. Everything's kind of been in there for a while, so just lift it up. And then the whole thing comes off. And now you have access to the front of your dryer. We'll see what treasures we can find in there. So we'll see if I can do this with 2 hands. When I set you down, I turned the video off, so I forgot about it. But what we had here is we had a pulley, this pulley here, that's got the belt. Comes up over it and then down around this. You got the drum up here in a drive belt that comes around here, through here, and up. So all you gotta do is kind of push this up a little bit to release pressure on the pulley, or on the belt, and then pull the belt off of that. It's pretty easy. And it was simple. Just, you can pinch yourself a little bit, so just be careful, but it wasn't bad. And then after that, the whole drum just kind of lifts right up and out. It's really easy. So we're going to, since we're fixing these wheels, we can see this one's looking pretty good. It's not too bad. It's old or whatever. But look at this one. This one's just coming apart. This is why my washer sounded like, or my dryer sounded like I was washing shoes, because it's just like bouncing around on this. So we're going to take these off. So first of all, we get our, what is this, size 5/16. 5/16. Then we're gonna loosen. Oh, here I thought it was. Oh, is that not even on? I'm gonna loosen this down here. So loosen this one up. You don't even have to take it off all the way. So this is loose. I'll pry this off. That's gonna have to come off somewhere. Let's see here. Let's loosen it up. Maybe we'll just take this off. See if we can pull it a little better. We'll get that off. So this is just a little bracket. So we just need to work it off. Just pull it a little bit. It comes right off. Don't lose that. We're gonna put that in here with those. So then the only thing that's keeping these rollers on is this little triangle clip here. So just get like a putty knife, or I've got this little T-bevel that I found because I can't find it, and you just kind of pry this up and over the edge. Grab might even work here better. And keep it from spinning. I got new ones of these coming with the new rollers, so it's not too big of a deal if I break them, get them off. Just gonna pry them up and off. Let's see what I can do here. 2 hands probably works better than. Screwdriver in here. Pry it up and over. Just like that. Comes right off, and this will just slides right off, just like that. And now we got one more right up here that we got to do. Same thing. Just gonna get this T-bracket or this screwdriver. We'll pry this little triangle bracket up and out, and pull this one off. Of course, they're all gummy and stuff. All the other videos you're gonna watch, they'll pull them right off because they're like using brand new dryers. Nothing's all gummed up. There goes. And that will just slide off too. That easy. So now we'll just put the new ones on. Okay, so we got the new rollers. Just got these off of Amazon. I ordered them today right after I took the front off. It's $17 is all. Okay, comes with the pulley here that you saw me pull off earlier, the 2 wheels, 4 triangle brackets, those washers, and a new belt. So keep in mind the belt. There's a smooth side, and there's a smooth side and a grooved side. Groove side goes on against the drum. So now we're gonna just put all this back together. I got 2 more of those triangle washers or triangle brackets that I haven't taken off. Yeah, so I'm just gonna remove those real quick, and then we'll put it all together. Shouldn't take too long. I got these clips off of here. They are not easy. These things are not your friends. They're little bastards. I pretty much just had to grab onto them with these and pull them and stretch them with my screwdriver until they came off. Now I got to be more careful putting the new ones back on. I'm kind of wishing I had just left those back ones on and used them, but here's hoping I can get the new ones back on without too much of an issue. Let's see here if I can find one. Reaching out, feeling around. the real trick is it's got to go on, but then it's got to get over this. It's got to get over this first one and go back to the second one. So we'll. I'm just gonna put them on. You're just gonna have to work it on until it, you know, and let it get to where it's supposed to go. All right, so that wasn't too bad. These new ones, I think they're a little bit more elastic. They haven't kind of dried out yet. So it was really just fairly easy. You get it onto this little thing and then kind of push each corner and stretch it out till it got onto here. And then just clips back in place. So it was really easy. Let me see if I can do this other one. Probably not with one hand. I'm reaching above, trying to find where to stick it on here, up on top of my tire. There we go. Okay. So it'll slip over and onto this first little notch real easy. With one hand, or with two hands it does. I'm gonna put you in the corner here, see if we can do it. You can actually see it. Yeah. Ooh, I got a little burr right here. Careful of those. That could hurt. Okay, we'll get the screwdriver into this one bit. But you don't want to stretch these out too much because they're your clips to hold everything on. So you do want to be careful with these. Ow. Pinch myself. So there's one notch. Okay, got it up in that side up. Just kind of working the corners, pushing them back. You need to get onto it with the screwdriver. This one's giving me a little more trouble than the last one, but wasn't too bad. I wonder if it's a burr it's hanging up on or something. Yeah, and this one's giving me more troubles than the last one. Get the screwdriver in here, stretch it just a bit. There we go. Get that on, just slide it back and in. And now we'll get our rollers. And we'll slip one on there. And then put this next clip on. Over this first section pretty easy because it's not too bad going on. See, your drum will just sit on these and roll. It can never be easy, right? There it goes. Boom, just like that. And now we'll do the same thing for this one. We'll put the wheel back on it and put the T-clip over it. Got that one on with two hands. Didn't take too much. Just kind of found a little secret. Get a little one section of it into the groove. One section of it into the groove, and then grab your grab your screwdriver and it'll just pry right. The other one will pry right over. That one went down pretty easy. That said, the hardest thing about this job so far, getting these little triangle clips on. It sucks. Now, we're gonna bring this back here, fit in on, make sure these rods that come out, they can unscrew, so make sure they're tightened back up. So we'll put this clip back on, put this back over, and push it on, and this one, this part done. Just bends over this thing. A little bit of pain in the butt. Right there. It's on. And now we'll screw this back down. Those are good. All right. So these old wheels, looks like pretty close to the same thing. Yeah, I think we got the right parts. That's the best support part, getting the right parts. Now we're going to go ahead and get the the drum back in here. We'll put the new belt around the drum and hook it back up on the pulley. So this pulley just literally fits right down into that and just sits like that. This is against the rod. That's how that fits, and then it comes up against this. So super easy. So we're gonna put the drum in, and hopefully we can see as we put this all back together how it all goes. But it's really simple. You just bring this up here to remove tension from the what's it called, from the belt, and so it'll slip around the drum real easily and fit in, and then so it'll slip it around here. So that's the last thing we'll put it over. We'll just rotate it right over there. You'll see it in just a second here. Now we're going to drop the drum back down in place. So keep in mind, this can slide back and forth a little bit, and soak in the other one. They need to go into this little groove right here. Okay, this kind of might be in my way. I had it out earlier because I was doing stuff on the back of the thing. It'd be a lot easier if that wasn't there right now. I could just drop it down in. So we'll see if I can set it down onto those rollers, but we'll see. The other thing is this felt right here. It's going to go up along here to help with that insulation. You need to make sure it's not all gunked up and stuff in there. So we're going to work this in, see how well we can do it, and see if we can film it while we do it. That's the tricky part. Okay, and you can use the belt here if you need to. Okay, so we're going to get those rollers in place. Oh, see, it went right on like that. It kind of felt like it fell in place. And as soon as I did that, all the felt's good. We want to make sure all the felt in there is not out of place or whatever. And now we've got to come down here and pull my pants up and work the belt around the stuff that I showed you earlier. Okay, so I lied earlier when I said how you put this belt on. Again, good reason to take pictures and stuff. earlier. So I told you it comes across like this, but you can tell it's all way too loose. What it actually does, it kind of folds in half and comes, put this right here. See if you can see as I do it here. Folds in half underneath this. And then comes over into like this, and then comes over onto that belt. I'm gonna have to move the camera to get it done, and I'll come back and show you in a minute. So now you can see how it goes. Comes through here, again, both, it comes down around this, back in, and it goes up there. I had my wife hold the drum up, made it a lot easier, and just push this over. It all went on really simple. No, not hard at all. So now we're just gonna put the top back on the dryer and hope it all works again. Now that we got the drum on and everything, one thing you do wanna do is rotate it. At least one full rotation, just to get everything seated and aligned right. Put you down here again. I'll do that. Tuck down and make sure everything's going good. See, and it's off a little bit, it's back, so it's coming off of my little white tensioner thing. So I need to bring the whole thing forward, or bring it forward a little bit so it doesn't do that. Let's see if I can get it better. See, there it goes. Now it's back on. Okay. So now I'll just rotate it, one good rotation. You can see it kind of pulling itself into place. You can also look at your rollers in the back that you've installed, and you can make sure it's rolling in place on there. And the nice thing about this dryer, because it's older, it's got a little shiny mark where the belt was. So you can see how, as I rolled it, that all kind of moved into place onto the mark. Okay, so now we're going to put the front back on. So the big thing is when we put the front back on, we've got these little brackets right here, and those go down into that little slot. So just like we took it off, we lifted it up out, we're going to kind of slide it back on and then fit the drum around the edge of the this. So again, we'll put you in the back here and see if we can get this done. So I figured out what I was doing wrong. And this is where it's great to take pictures as you go. See that little silver thing? I was trying to set it on top of it. It's actually lower, and it'll fit in much better. So let's put you down here. See if we can do this again. Probably be much easier with two people, because the drum wants to fall out and all that stuff. So let's see if we can get it done. Check the signs here. Tell me if it got in those brackets or not. Feels like it. All right. Now, let's put the door open. Make sure everything looks good in here. It does. Okay, now we're just going to attach our bolts to the top here, and we'll be good. Stick them in here just to kind of get it all, so it doesn't want to fall apart on me. Put it, got it how it was supposed to go. It went together quite easily. See, now we're just going to tighten those two screws up and then connect our wire and get it all put back together just fine. So we got those two bolts in right there, right there. Just clip that back up. And now we will close the dryer. And now remember, these just go down into those little clips right there. So we should be able to just push it down, stick the lint tray back in, and it's all put together. Now we just got to plug it in and start it. Again, while you got the dryer out, might as well clean out behind it. And I always blow out the vent tube. I just get my leaf blower and blow it out, and it'll come out the outside. I'll show you a video of that. The hardest part next to those clips now is getting the exhaust stuff lined up and not squishing it. Having a little half-person little kid that can get back there and do it, and then you can lift them up and out is way I found is the easiest. But that's it. Wasn't too bad. Fixed the rollers. It was like 25 bucks. It took, maybe 15 minutes at the most to undo the dryer and get those things off, pop it back on and back in. Again, it's not so simple. Like, you saw me have troubles with those clips and everything, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not hard. It really isn't hard. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get those things a little bit. You can do it. I don't know how much a repairman would charge for that, a couple $100, or $100 at least minimum. It cost me 25 bucks for that kit and an afternoon. How much time would it, or not even an afternoon, but how much time would it have taken you to make enough money to pay that repairman? A lot more time. So anyone can do this stuff. It's pretty simple. One last thing I'm going to do also, before you get all pushed back in, put together, you don't have anything in it. It's not going to be blowing out anything crap. Just plug it in, turn it on, make sure it runs good. Well, listen to that. Doesn't sound like I got shoes in it. And so that's all you got to do. Sounds great. And we're good to go. But also, if it's going to catch on fire, I'd rather catch it on fire without clothes in it than whatever. So I usually run a cycle or so. Last but not least, I found some change, right? At the beginning, 88 cents. In the end, my washing machine is better than Vegas. We came out with $5.33 in the end. So if your kids are ever asking for change to go to the store or buy something, just tell them to go take the dryer apart. That's where it all is. I wonder how much is down underneath the washing machine. But yeah, $5.33. Paid for my lunch today. Well, almost. Paid for half my lunch. Darn inflation. All right. That's it, though. Thanks for watching.